Hi guys, it's Renee with the DIY Day here to share with you these tiny little DIY notebooks. These are perfect for jotting down reminders, ideas, to-do lists, and are small enough to put in your purse, your backpack, in your car, or just about anywhere. The size I'm making today are 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, but really these can be made in just about any size. Let me show you. So here I made one that's a little bit longer, but a little bit thinner. And then here's even a smaller size. So let me go over the supplies that are needed to make this little notebook. You'll need a pencil, you'll need a thumbtack, a safety pin, or a needle, something with a pointed tip. You'll also need staples. You don't necessarily need the stapler, but you'll need staples. You'll also need either scrapbook paper, cardstock, or decorative paper. You'll also need paper for the inside of your notebook. I'm just using white computer paper, but you can use lined paper or grid paper, whatever you have. You'll also need a ruler. And you'll also need a paper trimmer. This paper trimmer also has a scoring board on it, which works great for this project, but it's not mandatory. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is take the measurements. So here's my paper and my ruler. The size of this notebook is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So the first marking I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the width of this and mark 6 1/2 on here. So this is where I need to cut. Half of 6 1/2 is 3 1/4, so I'm going to mark 3 1/4 right here. And then this is where I need to fold the notebook. The height of the notebook is 4 1/2, so I need to mark the height to 4 1/2. And that's where I will be cutting as well. Now I'm going to get my paper trimmer and cut the marked lines. Now I'm going to score this middle line with this scoring tool. Again, if you don't have a scoring tool or a scoring board, just fold it in half. This just makes it a little bit more easier. Then I'm going to fold this one in half and put it to the side. Now let's do the measurements for the paper inserts. The dimensions for the paper inserts will be slightly smaller than the notebook cover, only so the paper doesn't stick out once everything's folded and put together. The width of the paper insert will be 6 3/8 inches. 6 3/8. And then the folding point will be 3 3/16. And the height for this paper insert will be 4 3/8. So the measurement difference between the paper inserts and the notebook cover is just an 1/8 inch all the way around. Let's trim the paper inserts. So I'm going to cut from right here. Then I'm going to cut this other mark that I made. And then I'm going to score this other line, the folded portion. And then let me fold this. Like so. And now I'm going to make 5 more of these, the same exact size. Here are my paper inserts. Now we're ready to put the notebook together. From here, what we're going to do is put the paper together. So just line up the paper, then place it inside the cover. So let's open up to the center of the notebook. Now grab your stapler or your staples, and what you're going to want is 2 staples that look like this. If you're unsure how to get your staples to look like that, let me show you. So here I have my stapler. It's just a standard stapler, nothing fancy. And instead of pressing this down on a piece of paper, what I do is I open it and then make sure your finger's not in the way, but press down and release the staples. Like so. One other thing I forgot to mention, if you want a heavier cover for your notebook, just glue a piece of cardstock onto the cover and it'll provide some thickness and more durability for your notebook. So from here, with your staples, actually I only need 2, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to indent your paper with the staples. And what I mean by that is, I'm not measuring, I'm just going to eyeball everything. But what you're going to do is take your staple, and I would say go about a 1/4 inch from the top as well as a 1/4 inch from the bottom. But make a staple marking in the center of your notebook. And then do the same down here. And then you're going to want to grab your thumbtack, your safety pin, or your needle. And you're going to want to puncture holes where you made those indentions with your staple. So mine will go here. And you want to go all the way through all the papers, including the cover. So you could see my staple indentions here and here, and what I'm going to do with my thumbtack is just puncture a hole all the way through. And if you need to, just lift the whole notebook up. See, it didn't go through. I didn't get it all the way through. All you got to do is just continue working your way through it. Like so. And be sure to keep the folds aligned. We're almost done. What we're going to do last is we're going to feed the staples through the notebook. So grab the staple and feed it through all the holes that you created with your thumbtack. So it goes through like that. And do the same thing to this bottom hole, the bottom holes that you made. There we go. So now you got the two staples poking out. And what you're going to want to do is fold those over. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to take my thumbtack and then just apply some pressure to the staple and bend it down. You could probably do it with your fingers too, that might be easier. And then again, take that leg of the staple and bend it down. And then same thing here. Take that leg, fold it down, and then take this leg, fold that down as well. Like so. Let's take a look at my completed pocket notebook. Do one final fold. And this is the side that I like. So look how cute that is. And then when I open it, I've got my sheets of paper here, so I could doodle, take notes, or what have you. And that's it. And here are the other ones I created. And again, you could really do these in any size that you want. And they turn out really cute. Thank you so much for following along on my notebook tutorial. If you like what you've seen, please like and subscribe below. I've also linked all the products I used for this tutorial in the description. And for more tips, tricks, and techniques, please visit my blog at thediyday.com. Thank you.